Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the main event, a cage fight between two fierce competitors. Who will take home the win? In this corner, weighing in at a spelt 100 grams, the challenger and the new kid on the block, the 13 Pro Max SmallRig cage. And in this corner, weighing in at a beefy 326 grams, the longtime favorite of mobile filmmakers around the world, the 13 Pro Max Beast Cage. So here we go. The fight starts now. All right, first up, the SmallRig, and this is really solid. Both these are solid, but this one is nice because it's super light. It's extremely light. It is amazing how light it is in your hand, but it feels really strong. And so I think that is a nice plus to this one. It has quarter 20s along the top and along the bottom. And then it has cold shoe on the top and then one on the top on this side. So if you're shooting 16:9, if you're shooting 9:16 vertical. The Beast Cage, on the other hand, is much heavier. It's not heavy, but it's heavier. It's 3 times the weight of this one. This one's 100 grams, and this one is over 300 grams. But this thing is built like a tank. It is super solid. It also has loads of quarter 20s, has a cold shoe on the top, but that's the only cold shoe. And then it has no quarter 20s on the side, just because of the way the loading system and the lens mount system works. And then size-wise, the Beastgrip is bigger all the way around. Of course, they're both custom cages, and the phone fits in there nicely in both. All right, I've got my 13 Pro Max here, and of course, this is a custom cage for the 13 Pro Max. And so the cutout is for this phone. And this one, you open the end and you slide it in. It has rubber around the edges. Clasp it down, and now the phone is securely inside the cage. It has a button on the side here, a lock button, that when you hit it, it releases, and then you can slide the phone right out. Now the Beast Cage is a little bit different. It has a clasp here at the top that you pull backward, and it releases this back piece. And then the phone itself just drops in. This has a little hinge system that goes in the end. Click it down, and now your phone is installed. Very secure, very secure. They're both securely mounted, but the Beast Cage in particular is extremely secure. This thing's not going anywhere. And then to take it out, same system, unlock it, and then what I do is just push through and have my hand underneath. SmallRig, buttons are on the top. They all work very well. They're rubberized. Click it, comes on and off. This is your volume controls here. They work great. And then your port here on the bottom, the lightning port, is easily accessible. And then the speakers are available as well. And then on the front, of course, the lens mount here, and you've got the LiDAR and the light. And in my experience, the microphones all work fine using this cage. Beast Cage has buttons as well. They're much smaller and they're plastic, which is different than the previous cages they made. The previous cages, I think, had a aluminum over the buttons. So for the 13 Pro Max, they've done plastic, but they seem to work fine. They have a little click sound to them, which is nice. Volume button works fine. And then on this one, which is a little different than the SmallRig, it's just wide open. The SmallRig has cutouts, which is fine, but to easily access the lightning down here and the speakers if needed, it's wide open, which may make it easier depending on how you rig up your camera. Okay, mounting accessories on the SmallRig cage, you have a lot of ways to do it. I already pointed out the quarter 20s earlier, but you've got 3 quarter 20s on top here. You've got a cold shoe. You got quarter 20s on the bottom. And then you actually have quarter 20s on the side over here too, which was kind of a nice thing to add considering this is the port side. And that's one difference between it and the Beast Cage. As I showed, the Beast Cage is wide open over here. And then you have them on the side here, on this side. I do like that. You can mount handles. This handle has a cold shoe, and so you could put it in like that. Or you could do a side handle, screw it in there, and then you've got a side handle. You could obviously put this on a tripod, you could put this on a gimbal, you could add a light to it. There's a lot of different ways to mount this or mount accessories to it, and it's a very nice, light, compact package. Mounting accessories on the Beast Cage is pretty easy. I showed earlier the various quarter 20s, and it has a cold shoe right there, and it has quarter 20s on the bottom. Doesn't have them on the side though. So what you can do is you can add handles to the top, or you could add a monitor bracket if you want to use an external monitor. You could obviously put this on a tripod. And so there's lots of ways to configure it and lots of opportunities. The only negative to this one though is I showed how you can put a handle on top. There's no way to put a handle on the side because over here you've got your lens mount system, and then back here you've got, of course, your lightning port. And so really the only accessories you can do are on the top and the bottom, but you have ample places with quarter 20 and one cold shoe to mount things, but only on the top and bottom. One really nice thing about using these custom cages is you can then easily mount lenses. The SmallRig, the one I have, has the moment mount on it. It's the bayonet mount. And so this is a moment anamorphic. And so you can put that on the wide lens or the telephoto. And it just slides right on there really easily. Works very well, has a snug fit. I've used this for the past few months and I've been pretty happy with the performance. This is the moment mount, but they also make one for 17mm mount lenses. And so these screws come out and you can replace this mount with that different mount, but it doesn't come with it. You have to buy that separate. And so it makes it really easy to use those with this setup. All right, now the Beast Cage, and this has interchangeable mounts, which is what I really like. Right now I have the moment bayonet mount on this. It comes with 3. And so you can also take a moment lens, put it right on there, and now you're shooting with a moment lens on a Beast Cage. And so it's nice to have the flexibility. The one thing you'll notice though about the way the Beast Cage is designed is you can only see one lens at a time compared to the SmallRig where you can see all 3. But if you wanted to use, for example, the Moondog Labs multi-camera filter mount and just put a filter on there, you couldn't do it with the Beast Cage. Because the way this works is it twists onto the outer lens here and then goes on like that, and then allows all 3 cameras to be seen through an ND. In this case, you could put that on there, you could only see out of the one, so the other ones wouldn't work properly. I guess you could use it technically, but it wouldn't be that functional. But besides that, this lens system is pretty nice. You loosen the side screw here, and this plate comes out. Now all the lenses are exposed there. And it comes with a 37mm mount, which is really the default one for most Beastgrip stuff. Their Pro Series lenses use 37mm mount, and so does their DOF adapter. And then it also comes with a 17. So just like this, you can get a separate 17mm mount. The Beast Cage comes with it. So you get 17, 37, and then moment, which is really nice. So if you use a variety of lenses, the Beast Cage really offers more flexibility. And if you're adventurous and want to use the DOF adapter, this is the only way to do it really. This or the Beastgrip Pro, their other universal cage. But I really like the ability to use a wide variety of lenses on this setup. And so if you're doing more serious stuff, again, in the filmmaking world, short films, maybe a feature film, the Beast Cage is a really good option, especially for more advanced setups. And now what about cost? That's probably the most common question I get about these kind of cages. Well, this one is actually incredibly affordable. At the time of this video, this is $45, which really is a great deal. I mean, a moment case, just a plain old moment case is what, $30 or $40? This might be $50 actually. So compare the two, this is much more robust. Now this is a different animal, good for, everyday carry stuff. This is not really for everyday carry, but for $45, this is a steal in my opinion, especially because of how robust it is. And I just think it's a great value. The Beast Cage is considerably more. I said earlier it weighs basically 3 times what this weighs, 100 grams versus around 300, 350 grams. This is also 3 times the cost. At the time of this video, this is $150. This is a bigger investment, but if you're buying a $1,200, $1,500 phone and you're planning to keep it for 3 or so years, then spending $150 is not that big a deal in my opinion. However, spending $45 is, again, an incredible deal. And so you can't go wrong with either one of these. It really comes down to what you want to spend and what you're shooting and what you're doing. For more casual users, maybe just YouTubers or even family videos or travel videos or filmmaking, you can definitely do filmmaking with this. Great option, the SmallRig. For more serious setups, especially if you have a whole lot of different lenses you want to use, accessories you want to put on this, and then you want to keep it more long-term, because again, this is built very solid. It is really, really, really sturdy. This is a great option for that. If you want to pick either one of these up, I've got links for both in the description.
So was it a draw or was there a clear winner? Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. This is Blake Calhoun. Please like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.